Another beautiful day here in Florida and time for another truck project. She just got some new tires. You can see these Cosmo mud kickers. These beautiful little, really thick treads, kind of that alligator skin. These are made in Miami, Florida. So being a Florida boy, I bought Florida tires. Yeah, these are 35s on this truck. And they look great. Super excited about them. They drive great. So, but that's not what we're doing today. Today we are replacing the Dash EVS. This guy right here. The stock one's pretty boring, but we've got a nice one to put in here. There's the one we're going to put in. Larger speedometer, larger tachometer. See, this one only has the engine temperature and the fuel, which this one has. This one also has battery level and oil temperature, which in my opinion is more important than the engine temperature. But plus has this larger 7-inch screen, that tiny little screen in the middle there. So very easy installation. You see there's only really 2 screws to hold it in place. The hard part is the programming. You want the mileage, the hours to match between this vehicle and your new display. Okay, to do this install, you'll need basically 2 things that aren't normally in a garage. You'll need your OBD Link MX. See, I've already got it hooked up down here. I've already got it paired to my laptop, which is the other thing you need. And then you'll need some data. So for my engine, you'll see I've got 116,271 miles. I want to capture that. I also want to capture my engine idle hours. So I'm going to navigate to there. .194 idle, 3231 drive hours. These are the 2 pieces of data that do not transfer over to this. You have to manually add those. So we need those, and you'll use, I'm just testing right now that my, everything OBD Link works, and I was able to do a test override here, and I was able to make a change. So I've validated that I can do that. So now that I've validated that everything connects and works fine, I can go through the procedure of installing this and adding those numbers to this device. Got everything turned off. I'm ready to start removing. Again, very easy. You'll see a couple screws down here on this bottom panel. You'll need to take this off using those 2 screws so that you can get to these 2 screws, which are about right there and right there. So I'll remove those 2 screws and remove this kind of kick plate panel down here. We've got some access down here, make things a little easier. Next, there's 4 screws on this bezel. We'll remove, and there's just basically like the speed clips right here, and we'll pull this out. The screws in here are T20 Torx bits, and it's kind of a tight fit, so you can do something like this if you want to get up in there and loosen these up. All right, we got the 4 screws out. You see it makes this loose, and down here it's just clips holding this on, so you can use a tool to get up under here. I have just that tool. Here are my clip tools. What I normally do is they go in to little recesses here that fit and can help you pull out your bezels very easily. So I'm gonna put my camera down and start working this out slowly. That way it saves on wear and tear in the clips because it's a much softer way to remove it. I'll go ahead and do the other side. And now that that's off, you can see I can get to those 2 bolts very easily. I'm gonna pull those out now. These are 9/32, just so you know. I'm gonna go in there and remove. There's nothing across the top here. It's just kind of up inside of there. Once you get it loose, you're gonna kind of finagle it sideways a little bit because you need to get to the cord in the back, the plug. So I can move this up here like that. It's working its way out. I just need to get to the plug, which is over on this side. Of course it is. back there. And disconnect and pull. There we go. Get a little better angle at it. There. Keep going, pull that out. Now we got a good angle here. Who knows how they got these in here in the factory, right? There we go. We got her out. Place over here by my cup of coffee. You guys can watch me drink coffee today. Thank you, Mando. All right. We're gonna put this plug back into here and then kind of finagle it back into place. Let's see, we're gonna just line those up there. Use the old bolts. That screw and these two screws and that last screw will go back into the four of this. That's kind of holds it in place. These two connect here. That bezel connects up here, and then the bezel connects to this right here. So putting these in properly will help that bezel line up good. This was a junkyard pool, so before I go fully installing it, let's make sure that it works. Oh, lights up. So far so good. Hey, it even recognizes the doors open. 199,000 miles, that is not my mileage. All right, but you can already see how much better this is. So I'm gonna turn this off, reset everything, and get this bad boy fixed. Cool, that's back into place. This guy is gonna go in like so. Just gonna duck those under there. Then you can push the speed clips back into place once it's lined up. And click it into place. And then we'll put those screws back in up here. All right, as you're putting this in, you get those first two outer screws and the inner screws may not line up. You can see there's like a gap over there. So now you're like, well, why'd you take this bottom pin off? So I'm gonna put something up there. I'm gonna try to push this forward to close that gap and load the screw into it. Once you have that gap closed, line these up, the rear ones, these back here, and you can kind of pull this down and look and make sure the screws line up. Once those are in place, then you can do the front ones. But getting this piece and this piece aligned, this piece and this piece aligned is the hardest part. So far so good, we're aligned. I'm gonna run these last two screws. Now for the fun part, updating the mileage. You connect, OBD link, okay. 2013, because just, you find your model number here. We're going to active diagnostics, and first thing we want to do is fix the mileage. So odometer correction. So I got out my phone here. Let me pull my phone out. I took a picture of my phone, and the mileage of my truck, that's actually correct, not the 199,000 craziness, but enter mileage 116,271. That's my actual mileage. I'm going to check the option. I now have the 7-inch cluster, and I'm going to start the process. I want you guys to see what happens up here. Turn key off for 30 seconds, turn key on, wait for startup checks complete, and click OK. So off for 30 seconds. 30 seconds. We're gonna wait for 30 seconds. Blues Clues sings a song about waiting. So does Barney and SpongeBob. We're gonna wait for 30 seconds. Hopefully the song is 30, not 25 or 31, because that would be outright. Anybody? Nobody? Nobody? Come on. Holy Grail? Monty Python? Okay. Okay. Everybody mad. Neighbors. All right, it's been 30 seconds. Turn the key to on. And wait for diagnostic startups to complete and click OK. So we're watching the diagnostics, seeing what it says. We're gonna hit OK and then watch it go. Obity link unknown. Still wrong. Started. Please wait. I blinked up here. It's blinking. Oh no! Oh no! Procedure completed. Turn the key off, let the car sleep for several minutes. Alright, come back in 5. 116271. Now we're gonna let it sleep for 5 minutes. I won't sing for 5 minutes. I'll simply pause the video. A few minutes have passed. We turned it back on. Engine mileage looks proper. Now we're going to do the engine idle and engine running hours. And you'll see there's customer features under our list here. First we'll do the lifetime engine hours. 3231. 3231 is the proper amount. We gotta connect again probably. Connect. Diagnostic. 3231. Start. Now it says driving 5007. We're gonna fix that. So lifetime engine hours, lifetime idle hours. We want 194. Start. Start. 194. All right, our inaugural ignition. All right, tachometer works. It works there. We're going to change this to set up. That's the speedometer. See how it does. We got GPS. We can match the two. You ready? Let's do this. Another very easy project in the books. Maybe an hour all in. I took my time, just pause and do some videos. So I'm slowly transforming my tradesman into high end of every single possible feature. I got the tradesman because of the 6.4 4-wheel drive. That's the best you can get on this vehicle. I love the color. So if you want to see more videos of me fixing my truck, golf cart, projects around the house, my boat, stuff like that, leave some comments for some ideas for projects, maybe some upgrades I've seen for my truck or my golf cart. In the meantime, keep upgrading your life.